Good evening, everyone. Romney Smith at WTOC for the News Now, giving you a quick update on what we're working on locally, regionally, and nationally, just to make sure you're in the loop of everything going on. We're on various platforms right now. That includes our website, WTOC.com, our apps, Amazon Fire, Roku, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you so much to those of you who are joining me on Facebook right now. We certainly appreciate it. And that's where you can actually weigh in. Let me know where you're watching from. Ask a question. I'll do my best to get you an answer. All right. So right now, $34 billion worth of tariffs are going into effect today on China after a push by President Trump's administration. So cars and auto parts are all directly impacted by this effect, especially here in the Coastal Empire. The Georgia Ports Authority says the Brunswick Port is actually the second busiest port in the nation when it comes to cars. Georgia 1st District Congressman Buddy Carter thinks that it could actually negatively impact the port, but agrees with President Trump that the tariffs should act as a punishment for China allegedly stealing trade secrets.
Some of the other tariffs that have been imposed, a little questionable, but at the same time, again, the president has said that he is going to negotiate better deals for American workers, and he is doing just that.
China actually hit back with billions of dollars worth of their own tariffs. Motorcycles, whiskey, frozen beef, yogurt, even dog food now being hit by their tariffs. And they have also warned that there might be more tariffs coming our way this summer as retaliation for President Donald Trump's tariffs to them. So this is a really large trade war. As soon as there are any updates, especially those that might impact us here in the Coastal Empire, we will let you know. Speaking of the Coastal Empire, the only Chatham County-owned parking garage in the city of Savannah, unfortunately, will become more expensive for you. So the garage is specifically located near the courthouse downtown on MLK and Broughton. It will now cost you 50 more cents an hour. But here's where the kicker comes in. If you buy reserved spaces, you'll be paying nearly triple. So right now, a non-county employee can reserve a spot for $90 a month. But starting in August, that price will go up to $250 a month. Pretty steep. But I don't want to be all bad news. Here's some good news for you, especially if you live in Statesboro. The Statesboro Fire Department has announced that its rating went from a 3 up to a 2. So that's really good news for you guys. Evaluators actually look at equipment, response times, and public education programs when they rate cities or counties for fire protection. Insurance companies look at that number when they insure homes and businesses as well.
So the lower your number, theoretically it would lower the premiums that you would pay for insurance.
The chief says insurance companies could begin using that new ISO number in October. All right, weather. We have to touch on that because it's always a big issue, right? So it's hot, it's rainy, and today it was pretty stormy out. Let me give you a look at the Atlantic because right now our weather team is tracking the tropics. Let me play this video for you. So Tropical Depression 3 will actually meander off the Carolinas this weekend and perhaps even gain strength, receiving the name Chris if it forms. Tropical storm watches have been issued for Hurricane Beryl for Martinique, Guadeloupe, St. Martin, and St. Bartholomew. Of course, you can always keep up to date with all of this on our website, on the weather app, or you can also just watch our weekend newscast. That's where we bring you all of the latest information. And of course, right now, as Hurricane Beryl barrels through the Atlantic, Puerto Rico is preparing for the absolute worst. FEMA is actually giving out satellite radios to mayors all across the island to make sure they stay connected. And they're encouraging people who still have roof damage to seek shelter immediately. Keep in mind, it's been just over 9 months since Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico. And right now, more than 1,900 people still don't have power. The government is also setting up shelters ahead of Beryl's impact. So those are just some of the top headlines that we are following for you this evening. We certainly thank you for joining us. You can always get your latest stories on our website, WTOC.com, as well as our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Have a good night.